Nioh is out and the reviews are in. According to the critics, this Dark Souls / Ninja Gaiden / Onimusha action RPG is a genuine... Fuck, I was there.
I was doing the slashes and everything.
It was right. So focused on the slashes. According to the critics, this is a genuine Game of the Year contender, and it's only February. We must be in for a hell of a year. Let's take a look at what the reviewers have been saying.
Nioh is a PS4 exclusive developed by Team Ninja and was released on February the 7th in North America and February the 8th in the UK and EU. Team Ninja are the guys who made the Ninja Gaiden series, as well as Dead or Alive and Hyrule Warriors, a Dynasty Warriors spin-off set in the Legend of Zelda universe. Nioh has been lurking around since as far back as 2004 and was originally a very different concept. Development was canned and then rebooted years later when Team Ninja was brought on board to make it more of an action game rather than a traditional JRPG. But despite having such a chaotic road to release, the game we have before us is very much its own coherent product and reviewers are absolutely loving it.
The game's had high praise across the board really, and hyperbole merchant Jim Sterling leads the way with some of the highest praise there is for the game. He gave Nioh a 10 out of 10, saying, "Nioh got attention for its similarities to other titles, but it deserves to be remembered as its own special game."
IGN went very close to 100% as well, giving the game a 9.6. Reviewer Chloe Rad said, "Nioh is an epic, unforgettable adventure carried by a fierce combat system that cleverly balances style and strategy."
PlayStation Universe said the game is as close to perfect as it gets and awarded the game a 9.5, picking out the combat, the amount of content and the way mechanics click together as particular strengths.
Game Revolution gave 4.5 out of 5 and said, although inspired by greatness, Nioh is a superb game in its own right.
Game Informer said Nioh is an excellent choice for your dark action RPG and awarded it a 9 out of 10.
Eurogamer slapped a recommended sticker on the game but said Nioh isn't a masterpiece. It's not quite fresh or original enough to be, but it is a return to form for Team Ninja.
And in one of the lowest scoring reviews, PlayStation Lifestyle gave Nioh 7.5 out of 10. Reviewer Tyler Tree said, "It's a flawed experience that really has no respect for the player's time, but one that I'm ultimately glad to have experienced."
So we haven't played it yet, but
no.
I'll be back in a bit. I'm just going to go and buy it myself, since it's f***ing awesome apparently.
Yeah, people are comparing it to Dark Souls, but like how alike is it? I played the demo, one of the trials that they had on PlayStation. It was good. It was very satisfying, good combat. To be honest, I am quite surprised it's getting like this glowing, reverent kind of praise that it is getting, but I'm glad to see it.
I guess a lot of people were ruling it out because it was just a Dark Souls clone with Geralt as the main protagonist, basically.
Well, that's it. It doesn't even matter that it's a Dark Souls clone, I guess. If it's a great result.
If it's a great result, if it improves on what Dark Souls is. I never played the Dark Souls series other than, I think the first one I played maybe a couple of hours, and it just wasn't for me, I think. But if this improves on the Dark Souls formula, then I wasn't joking about going to buy it. I'm going to go and buy this game based on the reviews that have come out. You can't argue with these reviews. I think Metacritic has it at...
it's high. I think it's 88, 87.
And the user reviews are really high as well. I mean, all indications are that this game is fantastic. So
it's not out of the blue because, I mean, Ninja Gaiden, they've got a strong fan base and they were good games. And this is a Dark Souls is a good thing to be ripping off because, it's good.
Don't say ripping off,
good
Mike.
Source material. Okay. Borrowing from. It's good source material to be using in terms of the combat and everything. It is like mechanically quite similar to Dark Souls from what I played in the demo, but it's got its own fiction and it's got it's set in the Sengoku period, which is awesome. I'm really interested in that kind of samurai era. Games have explored it to death already, but this take is it's its own spin on it and it's got its own fiction and it's got its own mechanics. It's got its own spin on what Dark Souls did. So that's cool. That's interesting. It's not just borrowed from Dark Souls, it's built upon it, which is great.
New IP, new franchise. Will that translate into sales? Does that mean that this game will sell well? Will people buy it based on how highly it's reviewed? I mean, are you guys interested in buying it? I obviously am, because it would be really interested to know.
That's what we're crying out for on this channel as well, is like originality and new ideas, some good stuff, and it's just great to see something that's not a sequel getting praised the way it is. And okay, it's a spiritual successor to Ninja Gaiden in a way, maybe, but that's as close as you could possibly say that it's a sequel to anything. So it's basically its own thing, and hopefully it does sell well because they need financial incentive to keep making good ideas, basically. So if this makes money, they'll try and do this again.
So the questions that we ask ourselves is: does it matter that it's ripped a lot of stuff from Dark Souls series. Is that a good thing or is it a bad thing? Are you guys interested in buying this game, since it's been reviewed so highly by pretty much across the board? As always, we'd love to know what you think. Let us know down in the comments below.
So Nioh looks like the real deal, guys, at least according to the reviewers. Have you had a chance to pick it up yet? Give us your reviews down in the comments. Remember to leave a like and subscribe if you did enjoy the video. Please check out more of our content right here. That would be great. We'll see you next time.